All right, good evening and welcome to the 5 p.m. Tulsa City Council meeting. You can view this meeting on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, Cox24, and at tgovonline.org. Assisting the council tonight, we have Jack Blair, City Attorney, Lori Doring, our Secretary to the Council, and Brandon Worley with council staff. If you wish to speak on an agenda item, please see Brandon to complete a request to speak card prior to that item being read. You will not be allowed to speak on an item that has already been read. Please join me in pledging allegiance to our flag of our country and remain standing for a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. All right, we do not have any proclamations or special presentations tonight. People wishing to speak on agenda items are limited to 5 minutes total per meeting. Public input is a time for members of the public to provide insight on the agenda item. Due to meeting format, public input is not a time for a question and answer period. All comments should be relevant to the agenda item and directed to the council. We are using a electronic timing system. In front of the speakers at the microphone, there is a timer that will count down the time used. A green light will indicate your time is running. A yellow light will come on when you have 30 seconds remaining in your allotted time. A blinking red light will be shown when your time has concluded. We ask that you stay within your time limits so everyone wishing to speak is given equal time. Please keep the podium area, railings, and aisles free from recording devices and tripods. Recording equipment and accessories, including tripods, must be set up in the media center as posted on tonight's agenda. Certain items are subject to consideration and possible approval, adoption, denial, amendment, or revision. I call this meeting to order. Lori, please call the roll.
Counselor Hal Harper.
Here.
Counselor Archie.
Here.
Counselor Dutton.
Here.
Counselor Bellis.
Here.
Counselor Gilbert.
Here.
Counselor Bengal.
Here.
Counselor Dr. Wright.
Here.
Counselor Bush.
Here.
Okay, item 1, receipt and filing of minutes. 1A, minutes of regular meeting held at 4 p.m. on January 14th, 2026. B, minutes of regular meeting held at 5 p.m. on January 4th, 2026. Do we have any speakers?
We have no speakers.
Is there council discussion?
Move to approve items 1A and B.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Bengal.
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright.
Yes.
Counselor Bush.
Yes.
Counselor Hal Harper.
Yes.
Counselor Archie.
Yes.
Counselor Dutton.
Yes.
Counselor Bellis.
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert.
Yes. All right, items 1A and B are approved. 2, appointments and reappointments. 2A, Pat Connolly, reappointment to the Municipal Employee Retirement Board. Term expires December 31st of 2028. Do we have any speakers?
Yes, we have one speaker, Mr. John Hoffines for 2A.
Good evening, Mr. Huffines.
Good evening. Peace. Yes, peace. I'm thankful for our honorable leaders, Council Chair Karen Gilbert, Honorable Vice Chair Christian Bengal, Honorable Counselors, staff, team, and security. We're thankful to the citizens of this great city of love, Tulsa, Oklahoma. It is a joy to be with you on this 11th day of February in the year of our loving Lord Jesus Christ, 2026. Appointments and reappointments. Pat Connolly, reappointment to the Municipal Employee Retirement Board. We appreciate the Municipal Employee Retirement Board as they continue to steward resources faithfully. May we continue to be grateful for our employees and all our volunteers. Thank you, family.
Thank you, Mr. Huffines. All right, is there council discussion?
Move to approve item 2A.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Benko?
Yes.
Counselor Dector Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Howell Harper?
Yes.
Counselor Archie?
Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis? Counselor Gilbert?
Yes. All right, item 2A is approved. Mr. Conley, would you like to come up and say anything? Are you sure? Okay. Are you? All right. Item number 3, public hearings. 3A, public hearing on the council to receive and consider proposed charter amendments. Is there a motion to enter public hearings?
Move to enter public hearings.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Benko?
Yes.
Counselor Dector Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Howell Harper?
Yes.
Counselor Archie?
Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes. All right, we are now in public hearing. Do we have any speakers?
Our first speaker is Hudson Harder.
How many speakers do we have, Brandon?
9.
9 speakers, okay. Everybody gets 5 minutes. So, first speaker? Good evening.
Good evening. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Good. Good evening, counselors. My name is Hudson Harder. I am a constituent of District 9, Carol Bush's district, and I'm a teacher at Webster High School in District 2. I want to shout out Anthony Archie for the pizza last week he gave us for parent-teacher conferences. Kids love pizza, but so do teachers, so thank you very much. I stand before this body today as a concerned citizen to advocate for a charter amendment to establish an Office of the Independent Monitor for the Tulsa Police Department. As y'all know, the taxpayer has spent many millions of dollars in recent years to settle misconduct lawsuits against the Tulsa Police Department. This includes, but is not limited to, a $4.5 million wrongful incarceration suit from last month, as well as a $26.25 million paid to Mr. William Jamerson for his 2 decades of wrongful imprisonment. I believe, for the sake of fiscal responsibility, that this Office of the Independent Monitor is necessary. It should include a full-time monitor with appropriate professionals, support staff, and, if applicable, contract services. The staff of the OIM should be appointed by the community and unbiased to mayoral or council bias. To be successful, they should be able to meaningfully investigate police records and issue policy recommendations. Not only would this office save taxpayer money in the long run, but it would increase public trust in our law enforcement. People's lives have been ruined by these mistakes. By increasing accountability and transparency, TPD has a chance to improve trust in the community and ensure that they can perform their core duties. I thank you for your time.
Our next speaker is Christine Poe.
Good evening.
Good evening, counselors. My name is Christine Poe. I'm a citizen and resident of the City Council District 8, Phil Lakin's district. Thank you for the work you're doing to consider increased police accountability in our city. I'm here tonight because to me this is not an abstract policy debate. This is about trust, public safety, and fiscal responsibility. In just the past couple weeks, the City of Tulsa has agreed to pay over $5 million in misconduct settlements. $5 million of our tax dollars. And last year, the city paid over $26 million to William Jamerson after he spent more than 2 decades in prison for a crime he did not commit. Those numbers represent more than headlines. They represent lives harmed and taxpayer dollars lost. As a taxpaying citizen, I am concerned that without meaningful, independent oversight, this pattern will continue and is not sustainable, not morally and not financially. The city's own 2024 Equality Indicators report shows that Black Tulsans experience officer use of force at more than 9 times the rate of Hispanic and Latinx Tulsans. We cannot ignore that data. An Office of the Independent Monitor would create real structural accountability. It would be community appointed, independent of mayoral or council influence, and empowered to examine records that recommend policy changes before harm happens, not after millions are paid out. This is not anti-police. It is pro-accountability. It protects officers who do their jobs well, it protects residents, and it protects taxpayers like me. My ask is simple. Please move forward with a robust charter amendment creating an independent, well-resourced Office of the Independent Monitor with real investigatory authority and transparency requirements. Tulsa deserves accountability. Tulsa deserves smart governance. And Tulsa deserves a public safety system that earns and keeps the trust of the people. Thank you for your time and for your service.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Our next speaker is John Kinney.
Good evening, counselors.
Good evening.
My name is John Kinney, and I am a resident of Counselor Archie's District 2. I'm here to express my deep concern regarding the lack of civilian and city council oversight of the Tulsa Police Department. This lack of public accountability is increasingly evident as taxpayers continue to fund settlements resulting from the aggressions and actions of TPD. Just this last year, the city has paid out more than $41 million in wrongful conviction settlements and over $1.3 in other settlements relating to discrimination and civil rights violations. After every improper use of force incident, officer misconduct incident, civil rights violation, wrongful conviction settlement, we are told by TPD that they have modified training methods or that they have added additional officer resources so as to prevent further escalations from taking place. They ask for increased funding at every yearly budget to buy additional armaments, not de-escalation trainings for officers. This city struggles to fund mental health services to its citizens, but can somehow always find wiggle room in the budget for more police munitions. When our brothers, sisters, mothers, and fathers call for 911, they are met with those same munitions, not the mental health services that they desperately need. There is an immediate human and financial cost to the city that has real community impact. It erodes public trust in TPD's ability to perform their duties with integrity and takes tax dollars away from infrastructure and services that would negate the strain on an already understaffed department. Therefore, we need a civilian and city council oversight of our police department. I urge you to adopt the charter amendment to establish an Office of the Independent Monitor. This community-led office would have the authority to examine Tulsa Police Department processes and propose policy measures designed to save both lives and taxpayer funds. These are debts to families and to the city budget that the city can no longer afford to pay. I'll leave you all with a quote from Alan Moore, "Who watches the watchman?" Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Our next speaker is Paula Warlick.
Good evening, Ms. Paula.
Good evening. Good evening. Again, I'll say it again. Tulsa City Council members, my name is Paula Warlick, and I'm a longtime resident, homeowner, and taxpayer from District 5, Councilor Karen Gilbert. Thank you for allowing me the time to speak tonight about my deep and growing concerns over the lack of oversight and accountability with Tulsa law enforcement. The mistakes, the incompetence, and the lack of oversight has created Tulsa's current situation. Pardon me. It is both harmful to its residents and it is unsustainable. In the past 2 weeks alone, it has cost our city of Tulsa over $5 million. In the city of Tulsa's own 2024 Equality Indicators report, and you'd heard about it earlier, the city scored two out of 100 on officer use of force by subject race. Tulsa is continuing to score worse over time instead of better. And all of this continues to erode the trust of everyday citizens. In 2025, the city had to pay $26.25 million to Mr. William Jamerson, after he spent more than 2 decades, 40 years in prison for a rape he did not commit. Then there was the $800,000 payment to the city of Tulsa paid for what local news described as an unavoidable rape lawsuit. Officers had responded to a 911 call about an enraged boyfriend who had hit the victim, damaged her home, and threatened to kill her cat, and he refused to leave the house. Without informing the victim, officers left the scene. And that was when the victim was strangled and then sexually assaulted and raped. All of this is a reminder of the consequences Tulsans pay when our police department is shielded from meaningful oversight. I urge both my counselor, Karen Gilbert, and other city councilors to adopt a charter amendment to implement an Office for the Independent Monitor for the City of Tulsa, a community-led office with the power and the responsibility to examine the process of the Tulsa Police Department and propose both cost and life-saving measures. Thank you, everyone, for considering this issue. Thank you for your service to our city and for your time tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Please call the next speaker.
Our next speaker is Mitch Gilliam.
Good evening.
Hello, Council. My name is Mitch Gillum, and I am a resident from District 4, Laura Bellis' district. Hey. I'm a former instructor at Tulsa School of Arts and Sciences within the district, and I currently volunteer after school for the Rock and Roll Club. I teach my students music and teamwork. The future of Tulsa is important to me for my students and for all Tulsans, and especially regarding the safety of the community we build and how our tax dollars are allocated. As a tax-paying Tulsan, I'm concerned about how a lack of accountability and oversight, especially for law enforcement, is costing us as a city, as other people have said before me. Just in the past 2 weeks, the city has agreed to pay out over $5 million in lawsuits related to police misconduct. $4.5 million for a wrongful incarceration case, $800,000 in a case where officers failed to protect a 911 caller from sexual assault, which the person before me just detailed. Last year alone, the city paid over $41 million, including $26.25 million to William Jamerson after he spent more than 2 decades in prison for a crime he did not commit. This is not only fiscally irresponsible, it's yet another reminder of the consequences Tulsans pay when our police department is shielded from meaningful oversight. Our current situation is unsustainable and harmful. I urge you to adopt a charter amendment to implement the Office of Independent Monitor for the City of Tulsa, a community-led office with the power and responsibility to examine the processes of the TPD and propose cost and life-saving policy measures. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Our next speaker is Tashi McKellop.
Good evening.
Good evening. I don't like public speaking, so give me a sec. Hishche, Tashi Chochevkados, Aniashti Muskogolgidoes. My name is Tashi. I'm a citizen of the Muskogee Nation and a resident from District 4, Laura Bellis' district. First, I want to say thank you for letting us speak on this tonight. I moved to Tulsa about a year ago, and I appreciate how welcomed I felt as a transplant to this wonderful city. I'm speaking in favor of an Office of the Independent Monitor, as it would make me feel a lot safer as an Indigenous person. Native people are vastly overrepresented in the carceral system and therefore experience high rates of police interactions. I speak regularly with my community about this, and the feedback that I receive is that when law-abiding Native citizens see police, we feel fear, not protection. People should not, I didn't actually finish the rest of this, so we're gonna wing it, but we shouldn't feel fear, we should feel safe. We should feel like when we have something go wrong in our homes or our relationships or out on the street that we can call the police and feel like will be protected and not harmed, and that's not the case in my community. I can tell you that. I don't feel that way, and I know that the people that I talk to on a regular basis don't feel that way, because we talk about it together and we support each other, and often call each other into situations where really somebody who's experienced should be able to come, but we can't because we don't feel safe to do that, and that's a problem. And so I'm not going to keep repeating the same statistics that I have written down here that the people before me have about taxes and all of our money that's going towards this misconduct, because I think you guys have heard that already, and I mean that I also don't like that that's where my money is going, and I think that my money could be going somewhere much more practical in preventing this kind of thing and in making us feel safer to actually call the police when something's happening. So yeah, that's what I have to say. Thank you so much, Mado.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Our next speaker is John Crescent.
Good evening.
Good evening, and thank you, everyone, for your service. Laura Bellis, who is my city council, and I absolutely appreciate the service that you guys give to the city of Tulsa as a fellow school board member and representative. I know how hard it is, and you make the tough decisions that we have to make, so thank you. I am for creating an office of independent monitor. I do believe that by creating a charter amendment to support this office, it's going to help create accountability and be able to hold our community not only fiscally more responsible, but it's going to keep everyone safer. I believe it will help the police department be able to serve the people of Tulsa and keep them safe, knowing that there are people that are helping them to be able to do their job in a better way. All right. The other part of this is that we've heard many people already talk about some of the highly publicized things that have happened here in Tulsa. But we've also seen over the last few months what's happened up in Minnesota with a federal law enforcement that has no internal accountability whatsoever, and definitely no outside accountability. And what that can create is deaths of people, like with Renee Good or Alex Preddy, where we have law enforcement acting outside of what they should be doing. Now, I'm not saying that we're necessarily going to that extreme as what ICE has done in Minnesota here in Tulsa. I am not saying that. But I do believe that anytime we can offer more accountability and have an independent look at how we're doing things, I think that only makes us better as a city and a place where people want to live and be able to have their families here and know that they're going to be safe and they're supported by their police department, by their city, by all of the people that whenever we need somebody's help, they're going to be able to come and have the best training and the best opportunity to be able to help them in their time of need. So thank you for listening, and I again support creating that office of independent monitor. Yes, okay. My words escape me for once. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next speaker, please.
Our next speaker is James Alexander Jr.
Good evening, Mr. Alexander.
Good evening. I am James Alexander Jr. And one of my pet peeves with the council is that it was stated at the beginning of it that people just come here and speak with no response from the council. And these people are dealing with your money, but they feel that they don't have to talk to you. We just do what we want with your money. You be happy with that. And that's not the case. If you want to be a world-class city, act like it. Do things that world-class cities do. Listen to the public.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Our next speaker is Bernice Alexander.
I pass.
All right. Is that the last one, Brandon?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, perfect. Without objection, we will exit public hearing. For mayor's items, for a report from the mayor or his designee on community events, briefing on city activities, city efforts, And new business. I don't see the mayor here with us this evening. So the remaining items for B through 4N will not be read aloud. However, public comments will be received on these items. Do we have any speakers?
We have one speaker, Nancy Moran for 4B.
Good afternoon. I understand how important it is to ensure that there is citizen oversight for the new tax incremental district located in Fair Oaks, portion of East Tulsa. This is especially important given that Meta, the presumed end user of Project Anthem, is seeking to rezone an additional 375 acres from agriculture to light industry, so it may proceed with plans to build a second data center. The original data center is projected to use up to 1 billion gallons of water once fully operational. And the question is, oh, it's the other one. The question is, how much more water will they demand to operate a second campus? Since 2024, when the City Council approved Project Anthem, concern and public outcry has grown as surrounding communities have also been approached by hyperscale data center developers. As Councilman Bengal stated in Tulsa World article, the city got off easy because we were the first dog at the bowl, which I really like that metaphor. Remind me of my uncle saying that. I tell you, though, who really got off easy, the developer Meta. Not only did they get an 85% exemption from their property taxes for 25 years for the privilege of sucking up our water, raising our electric rates because rate increases will cause people to have to pay more to heat and cool their homes and operate their appliances to fund additional power generation and infrastructure. Funny, though, that Council Bengal should use that metaphor because I just couldn't help but think of another metaphor involving dog food. Riding the gravy train. The data center's gravy train comes in the form of government subsidies, abundant water, cheap electricity, and the lack of accountability due to NDAs, which developers insist local officials must sign. I have heard it said that data centers are the physical manifestation of our individual behaviors. The individualized framing of this argument lets purveyors of AI off the hook for the environmental harm that they cause from extracting minerals and water and from the toxins they release into the air and water and soil and ultimately get into our bodies. Unfortunately, Meta, Tulsa's latest gravy train, will further ramp up AI-generated misinformation and outrage, which are causing so much societal division and even threats of harm to some of you. It's extremely important to the new Fair Oaks incremental district committee not be pushed around by Meta, and that they champion more transparency than has put forth previously. One of my favorite quotes is that we see the world not as it is, but as we are. When we see negotiations with mega companies like Meta with eyes focused on dollar signs, we don't see the whole picture. We go along with outdated definitions of light industry that was written before hyper data scales were in existence. This allows us to see the reality allows us to not see the reality that their impact is anything but light. It's obviously important to have a review committee for the development of the Fair Oaks area. 3 members representing the public at large will be selected, including one from the business community. That person should not be anyone from the Robson family, who are the developers, due to their conflict of interest. This committee should also include a member with expertise in the environmental impacts of data centers over their life cycle and their associated costs to the city. Given that the committee's vision is partially blinded due to Meta's lack of transparency, members should demand that local officials be released from NDAs so that they and the public can be afforded the opportunity to ask tough questions of Meta and the developer. I hope this committee will listen to and champion community concerns about the developers' presence in Fair Oaks, especially those who live nearby or are just concerned that their quality of life and their tax burden will be adversely affected. Serving up the public feeding bowl to Meta could contribute to rising energy costs to Tulsans and to our city. They could have the effect of taking food off their plates, increasing housing insecurity and financial debt. Mayor Nichols has publicly said that he's not wanting to roll out the welcome mat for any new data centers. I hope he agrees that just because Meta got its foot in the door, the Planning Commission, City Council, and this review committee should not rubber stamp their land grab. Finally, I come to you as a citizen, but also as a nana, concerned that techno-plutocrats who see the world and our attention as something to plunder.
Nancy, your time is up.
I hope my concerns will be taken seriously. Thank you.
Thank you. Brandon, do we have any other speakers?
We have one other speaker, Mr. John Hoffines for 4G.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, councilors. Agenda item 4G, a travel donation from Oklahoma 9/11 Management Authority in the amount of $420 for Darren Godo to travel to Norman, Oklahoma in May to attend the 9/11 Coordinator Workshop. 9/11 teams carry a unique calling that strengthens safety for the whole community. This kind of investment can multiply good far beyond the dollars. 9/11 responders stand ready when a voice reaches out for help. Also, Jesus stands ready for every heart that calls, and he also prepares his people to be part of his answer in the world, bringing help, love, strength, and his presence. As we remain diligent in praying for our first responders, this helps them to do their assignments well. When I hear a siren or see flashing lights on EMS, police, or fire vehicles, I like to speak these words, peace, into this situation and wisdom for every decision maker. And just as 9/11 serves in moments of urgency, the Lord works continually, guiding, equipping, and sending people to be a part of his good and purposeful work in the world. Almighty God, we invoke and thank you for your guidance. Thank you, counselors, for always doing your best to help Tulsa be her best.
Thank you. That's the last speaker, Brandon?
Yes.
Just to confirm? All right, thank you. Is there any council discussion?
Move to approve items 4B through 4N.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Bengal?
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
Counselor Archie?
Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes. All right, item 4B through 4N are approved. 5 authorities, boards, and commissions. 5A, monthly status report from the Sales Tax Overview Committee on current activities and efforts.
Kathy Siebert.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. I asked our excellent STOC chairman, is there anything particular that you'd like me to stress at this evening's report to council? And Ashley succinctly cut right to the point. We continue to ask questions. I can't possibly cover all of those questions, but there are many, and these are just a few. Laurel Roberts from TPD addressed the STOC at last month's main meeting, outlining the planning work that continues for the Public Safety Center. Beyond the term value engineering, they are sorting out the big asks that they want to centralize on the old State Farm property, and those far exceed the amount of money that the voters approved. She outlined several phases by importance that they intend to break the overall project into, as the monies available are not enough to have it all without additional sources of fundraising. STOC stressed if Uniform Division East is not included in Phase 1, the amount of money required to relocate it to a later phase needs to be fully funded. Overall, STOC has additional concerns that we will continue to voice in the coming months. Regarding Dreamkeepers Park, that's formerly Veterans Park near 21st and South Boulder, we are still awaiting a request for the results of a traffic count study that was completed in September of last year to determine the traffic flow effects of a closure of one block of Main Street. Promised in December and January, we hope to have it at this month's committee meeting tomorrow morning. Regarding a recent repair of a gate on Zinc Lake's low water dam, a request for more information to the project manager as to what went wrong and if repairs were covered by warranty. We believe they were. We have asked for more information on the South Tulsa Jinx Lake and related amenities project regarding the projected cost estimate for the entire project and when the funding will be available to begin the work. Included in the project are a low water dam and pedestrian bridge, East Bank Park, boat dock, and abutment improvements, Vinsel Creek Trail connections from low water dam to Vinsel Creek, mitigation, bank stabilization, and outfall protection. A request for an update on when the Greenwood Cultural Center's agreement between the contract and the city will be executed. Awaiting word on Fred Johnson Park bids, as long as they are advertised, and work would indeed begin this month and completed in February 2027. Hicks Park parking lot is moving from the design phase towards actual resurfacing. That's a little bug that I keep bouncing back and forth. We wait and wait for Hicks Park to get that parking lot in place, and it's an awful lot. It stayed there too long, and we continue to push that after it's almost several years now. And I know people who have tried to use the park, and that's one of their several complaints. And the city has been trying to fix each one of those as we go, so we're making a lot of progress. Woodward Park has the 90-inch storm pipeline in. The pond's waterproofing liners have been installed and completed to stop the leaks in the ponds, and dewatering of the retaining wall foundations at the west ponds is completed. Also, when will promised resurfacing of East 15th Street between South Lewis and South Harvard begin? Gilcrease Museum is scheduled to begin moving the museum's art collection back mid-February 2026. That's this month. It's exciting after it's been closed for so many months, several years now. And it'll take 6 months to complete that phase. This, plus completion of the educational exhibits, is being coordinated with the Gilcrease Museum Road Expansion Project, and they are still projected for the museum to reopen in early 2027. Our group continues to ask questions on behalf of Tulsa voters as oversight work continues. Please be aware, and I ask the citizens too, to be aware that there's a ribbon cutting and a building tour of the Case Family Safety Center at 2829 South Sheridan this coming Sunday, February 15th at 2:30 p.m. Also, that Ben Hill Park Improvements design process will include at least 2 additional public engagement sessions to be held this spring 2026. If you want input, please watch for and attend one or both of those meetings with your ideas. A new control system for Tulsa highway lighting has been completed, and training to use it by traffic engineering staff began last month. That's January of 2026. A District 3 appointment is the only vacancy that the STOC has at present. And lastly, Tulsa Botanic Gardens, per an update last month, plans to do a second event to celebrate the installation of Caja de Agua, a beautiful water box gift given by Tulsa's sister city in Mexico to the city back in 2012 at the garden. It was installed on a platform near the Mediterranean Garden there on a rainy day last October. We had Chuck Lamson present to us last month, and he said that they want to give an additional day this spring to invite people to come out and see that lovely, lovely gift. Hopefully it'll be a sunny day that day. And the date, though, has yet to be determined. And the garden reopens for the spring, March 1st. You can watch for an announcement at www.tulsabotanic.org. Any questions?
Councilor Bellis?
Yeah. Could you, sorry, it was a page ago, but for Dreamkeepers Park, you mentioned the traffic study, and you all had expected to hear more about it. You said in December, and it was conducted in September.
Right. And we're still asking, we asked in January once again for the results.
But they'd said it was completed.
Yes.
Okay,
It's
just
supposed-
triple checking.
It's supposed to have been completed in September. We're
Right.
just trying to make sure
Okay.
that we can
Get
get
the
our
results.
eyes on that also.
And you expect them tomorrow. Can you let me know if you don't get them tomorrow? I would definitely love to help follow up.
Okay, sure. You're sure.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Any other question? Yep, Counselor Dr. Wright.
Thank you, Chair Gilbert. Thank you for the report. So you had mentioned the Public Safety Center needing to move in phases, and I just wanted to let you know that we are working on it, and we know that dollars need to cover both phases, and so I think we're well on our way. But as soon as we can provide updates, I know that we will. But I appreciate that you all are tracking it from your lens, and just wanted to let you know that we're tracking it from our side and working our way, because Councilor Bangle and I feel strongly that Mingo Valley needs to move. We signed on to support this when it went to the voters with that as part of the package, and so we're working our way to finding the dollars, I think.
Yep.
Right, right. And we're concerned, and we'll continue to bring that up too. And that's so much of what our voluntary position amounts to. We don't have any power to do anything, but we do have the power to ask questions and to continue asking if they're not forthcoming. So,
Thank you for doing so.
Sure.
Appreciate it.
thank you very much.
Any other questions on the report from council? All right. Brandon, do we have any speakers on the STOC report?
Yes, we have one speaker, Mr. John Hoffines.
Thank you, councilors. Appreciate Ms. Zeber's report. Authorities, boards, and commissions. 5A, am grateful for the unity and harmony the Sales Tax Overview Committee operates in order to produce this report. Under Parks, we have seen backup documentation about public zoo improvements. An easy to imagine major improvement for our public zoo is an exhibit building and a chapel with a tall steeple with a cross reaching heavenward, acknowledging nature's and our Creator, God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. This is a great step forward for our progressive and innovative community, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item 5B, rezoning application Z7843 from CSRM1 and RS3 to CS for property located on the northwest corner of 71st Street and South Union Avenue. C, rezoning application PUD 159C, abandoning PUD 159A and partially abandoning PUD 159 for property located on the northwest corner of West 71st Street and South Union Avenue. Do we have any speakers on this item?
We have no speakers.
Is there council discussion?
Yeah, I would just say briefly to everyone who came out to our community meetings to meet the developer and express your concerns and ultimately your support. Thank you so much for your community involvement.
Any other council discussion?
Move to approve items 5B and C.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Bengal?
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
Counselor Archie?
Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes. All right, items 5B through 5C are approved. 6 ordinances, first reading. The following items in this section of the agenda will not be read aloud, and without objection of 6A will be forwarded to the next council meeting for action. 7 ordinances, second reading. 7A, ordinances approving the Fourth Amendment to the Declaration of Trust of the Tulsa Metropolitan Utility Authority, accepting the beneficial interest in the Tulsa Metropolitan Utility Authority as provided in the Declaration of Trust of said public trust as amended by the amendment to the trust indenture, to the Second Amendment to the Declaration of Trust, the Third Amendment to the Declaration of Trust, and the Fourth Amendment to the Declaration of Public Trust with the emergency clause. B, rezoning ordinance Z7840 from AG to RD and RS5 with an optional development plan for the property located on the northwest corner of East 31st Street and South 193rd East Avenue. Do we have any speakers on these items?
We have no speakers.
Is there council discussion?
Move to approve items 7A and B with the emergency clause on 7A.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Bengal?
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
Counselor Archie?
Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes. All right, items 7A through 7B are approved with the emergency clause on 7A. 8 council items, 8A, counselors' announcements and reports on current community events, activities, efforts, and concerns. Other than announcements and reports, no discussion will ensue. Any reports? Counselor Bengal?
Pull up my text messages. Sorry, I wasn't prepared to be this quick. So we have a town hall in District 6 Thursday, February 26th at 6 p.m. At St. Thomas More Catholic Church. If you don't know where that's at, it's in between 21st and 31st on 129th East Avenue on the west side of the street. Guests include code enforcement, TPD, Public Works, Water and Sewer Partner Tulsa, and the zoo. And then also some of our legislators will come and talk about maybe some of the bills that are going through session right now and how those might be beneficial or impactful to us as a community. So again, it's February 26th at 6 p.m. at St. Thomas More Catholic Church. So if you can attend, thank you.
All right, anybody else? All right, item 8B, City Council initiation of a zoning map amendment to Commercial High for a city-owned parcel along Route 66 in City Council District 2C, City Council initiation of zoning reevaluation and potential amendments regarding data centers. B, request by the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Commemoration Society for waiver of fees for labor cost of $12,080.25 incurred by the 47th Annual Martin Luther King Junior Parade held on January 19th of 2026. Do we have any speakers?
We have 2 speakers. Our first speaker is James Alexander Jr. for 8A, B, and C.
Good evening once again.
Good evening.
HC is talking about data centers. And it's been in the news very often, and people are voting against not having these centers. Because now, at first they were small centers. Now they're talking about centers that are taking up multi-acreages of land, hundreds of acres. And the thing about it is, if you do some research, these things are actually dangerous for anybody that lives in the proximity of them. And we don't need that in Tulsa. There's enough stuff going on in Tulsa. We don't need to bring nothing in new. So the thing about this is, if it comes up, people, get up and say no. Okay, about this trip to Oklahoma City.
We haven't read that item yet, Mr. Alexander.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay. Yeah, we're on A, B, and C.
I'll wait.
So.
You want me to go sit down?
And D. Don't forget D.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have any other speakers?
We have Mr. John Hoffines for 8D.
Mr. Alexander, do you want to have a seat until we read those items?
I'll be back.
Thank you. Okay. Sounds good.
I'm speaking on 8D. We're ready for 8D?
Yes.
Okay,
8D.
thank you. Request by Request by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Commemoration Society for waiver of fees for labor costs of $12,080.25 incurred for the 47th Annual Martin Luther King Jr. Parade held on January 19th, 2026. Dr. King was a Baptist pastor who had a dream. Baptists affirm that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, and that we are saved by grace through faith in his shed blood. From this solid faith foundation, Dr. King's dream of social justice emerged, one shaped by the Bible, love, hope, and God-given purpose. Yes, to waiving the over $12,000 expense. I suppose taxpayers will be covering this, and so thanks to our taxpayers. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other speakers, Brandon, on
We have no
BC?
other speakers.
Okay. Is there council discussion?
Sure. I'll want to speak on 8B and express my appreciation to council colleagues for considering this zoning change, this map amendment. This is going to allow the Main Street, the Route 66 Main Street house, to go from residential to commercial, so that we can establish a gift shop, so that tourists and residents can come and celebrate the Route 66 centennial, both now and into the future. And so it's just a step in economic development and celebrating Tulsa as the capital of Route 66. So, thank you.
Any other council discussion?
Move to approve items 8B through 8D.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Bengal?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. All right, items 8B through 8D are approved. Our next items, Councilors Archie and Bengal are recusing. All right, 8E, consideration and possible approval, adoption, denial, amendment, or revision of travel authorization per council rules and order of business in the estimated amount of $850 for Councilor Archie to travel to Oklahoma City to attend the Chamber One Voice Day at the Capitol to be held on March 9th through the 10th of 2026. F, travel authorization per council rules and order of business in the estimated amount of $850 for Councilor Bengal to travel to Oklahoma City for the Chamber One Voice Day at the Capitol held on the same day, March 9th through the 10th, 2026. G, travel authorization per council rules and order of business in the estimated amount of $850 for Councilor Lakin also to travel to Oklahoma City for the Chamber One Voice Day at the Capitol held on March 9th through the 10th. Do we have any speakers?
We have 3 speakers. Our first speaker is Mr. John Hoffines for 8E.
Which one is it?
Thank you, councilors. Yes, 8E, 3 minutes. The travel authorization for Councilor Archie, and I will add the rest, if I may, to travel to attend the Chamber One Voice in Oklahoma City. May we do our best to be pro-Christ, to be in tune with the one voice, the voice of Holy Spirit. Thank you, counselors. Yes, thank you again for always doing your best to help Tulsa be her best.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Our next speaker is James Alexander Jr. for 8E, F, and G.
Okay, this is the last time you'll see me tonight. You know, this is a yearly thing that we send people here from the council to talk to the chamber in Oklahoma City, and therefore lies the problem. You send people up there to talk to them and talk to other people, and we never get a report back. If nobody else cares, I care, and I want to know what's going on, what you're talking about, and any sober-thinking people should also want to know what you're talking about and what you intend to bring back to us. Remember, I said us, not me. I'm not the only one in this. It's the whole city. You know, government starts at home. And if you're not doing right at home, as we see now, it trickles down. And therefore, you have a United States that's in peril. We're in big trouble. And I don't want that in the city where I'm living. And nobody else should either. So, when you go out of town, there may be just a few people that care. But I tell you, when you come back, start telling people what's going on, they'll start listening, and they'll start asking questions too.
Next speaker?
Our next speaker, Bernice Alexander.
Okay, all right. Do we have any, is there council discussion? Sorry.
I just have
Yep,
a
Councilor Dr.
comment. So anytime that counselors are authorized to travel on city business, we do updates. We do them in our committee meetings. Sometimes what we learn on those traveling assignments, we bring back and informs legislation, workforce development, economic opportunities that we bring back to the city. So a lot of the initiatives that we've been working on as a council are informed by these trips. So I just did want to say that this trip in particular is to go to the Capitol and uplift the needs of Tulsa in this legislative session. There'll be business leaders that go, but we're going with a different lens on municipal governance. And right now, there's a lot of elected officials at the state level that are trying to keep us from being able to have local control. So I'm so thankful that our colleagues are taking days away from their other jobs, their families, to go down to the Capitol and uplift those policies that are going to empower us as your local representatives to continue to implement initiatives that make a difference every day for you. So I'd be happy to hear a report from our colleagues when they come back, as they always do. If we need to do it in this space, then we can, but we do it every time they travel. So I just wanted to let everyone in this room and people watching at home know that we have that already in place. So I'd like to move to approve items 8E through G.
Second.
Okay, please call the roll.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes. All right, items 8E through 8G are approved. They can come out of the closet now. All right, item 9, new business. There are no items. 10, appeals. There are no appeals this week. 11, hearing of public comments. This concludes the televised portion of our meetings.